Hi, welcome back to Joy's Reading Time. For a while I've been kind of thinking about a lot of statements that have been going out there, things on Insta and so forth about men paying for women when they take them out. And, a lot of women, want to pay for themselves and a lot of men, want to see what the first date is like and want to see if the woman will say they want to go half before they decide that if this is the right woman or so. Not that they might not pay. Some men think, yeah, let them pay their own half. Some men think, like, let the woman offer and I see what kind of woman it is. I tell you what, sort of, it says to me. When I was younger, growing up, guys from where they're 14, 15, 16, upwards, whatever, who wanted to take a female out, they wanted to feel proud of men, young men, by having money. It was a thing like, it wasn't a question, oh, should I have money in my pocket? It was a guy wanted to be a guy. And it made the female feel good that this guy wants to take her out. And it made the guy feel good that I can stand as a young man or as a man and pay for this woman. Now everything has changed. And I'm old school, I'm old school. But regardless of that, I think, well, one of the things, the questions people should ask themselves is, why do I want to, what am I looking for? Now, if you're taking a woman on a date, is it that you just want someone to sleep with? Is it vice versa with the male and female? Is it that you want someone, you're looking for a wife, you're looking for someone that you can live with and settle down with? What are you looking for? I think because that is the biggest question to ask yourself. When you're going on dates, what is it you're actually looking for within the person? Now, I'm not going to come off here and say this man has to have money or so. I've been speaking to some people. I was speaking to this young lady the other day, and she said, "Well, look, she's from the Caribbean and where she's born here, and she said a lot of times I went for more Nigerian men because she felt that Nigerian men, they like to boast. They got money and they like to show themselves as a man. And she said they would spend on you all the time. There was no question. But she said that when it came time for her home and she needed some help in her home or things to fix, they would pay for someone, but they weren't there. And she felt she wanted a man who was more hands on. So it depends what you're looking for, you know. A man, if you haven't got a lot of money, but you're a good person and you want a really nice woman, I mean, you could take a woman on a date and decide, I'm just going to take her out for a drink and have a conversation with her. After a conversation where you might have sat down there and it's going on really good, because really in the first 5 to 10 minutes, if you want to see this person again, to be honest or not. So you decide to take this woman out. And if you like the conversation, you could decide to take her to dinner that same day or decide the next day you'll take her out for dinner because you know your pocket. If she's bougie and she wants to tell you, no, I want to go to the Shard or something, you kind of know what woman you've got there, and you can make your decision from taking this woman out for a drink that she's not your type of woman. So, what is it you want from each other? The point of it, men, a lot of women are there, they are confused, and a lot of women would say, I can pay for myself, woman's right, so forth. But you have to remember something about this. If you have meet a woman and okay, look, I understand a lot of women want to pay for themselves because they want to have their own, stand their own ground. They don't want to be controlled. They want to show that I make my own money. I don't need no one to control me. Because that's the key word. They don't want no one to control them in any way. So if you're happy to have a woman that pays for everything, will pay for you as well, most probably, and pay for everything, know that you have no control with this woman. Know that you cannot tell her what to do. Don't think like while you're in the relationship with her now, don't bother complain and say, you know what, I said this to her and she doesn't listen, she does her own thing. Because that's the woman you met. And you didn't mind when she was spending her money. Yeah. So it's about, I feel a lot of times now, and I'm not putting men down, but sometimes I don't feel from, as I said, going back old school for myself, a lot of men stand on their ground as men, to be honest. It's like you want the dress now, you want the underwear now, the knickers. You don't want it, and the woman must wear the pants now. You don't want to stand as men and feel good as being a man. You're happy to have women who will pay for everything, but it comes with a condition. It comes with a condition. You have to understand the psychology of things in life. If you're a man and you sit at home and the woman pays for everything, she is going to have the psychology or the forethought as a man. And she's going to have that control as a man. And she's going to deal with you like you want to be as a woman. Yeah, because, and then you're going to complain. But you put yourself in that position to be dealt with as a woman, because she's going to take on the masculine role because it's a natural thing to do. It's a psychology of it all. If you want to be known as a man, you have to step out as a man. Now, I'm not saying as a man you have to be rich. I'm not saying this at all. I'm saying that know your own value, know your own pocket, and know what sort of woman you want and what kind of relationship you want. Otherwise, it's not going to turn out very well. And so, men, I do believe that men are the ones to pay. Now, if the woman wants to pay, she can. She has all right to pay. But know what sort of woman you've got once she's going in her pocket and she's paying. Maybe the first day she might be like that. Maybe afterwards she won't. But within 5 to 10 minutes of conversation, you both know if you want to be with each other or not. So let's keep this thing real. But men, you need to kind of have some more value of yourself and stand as men. Because I know if I went on a date with a man, I always make sure I have my own money. Because I don't understand these women who go out and your pocket is dry. Literally. Protect yourself, right? So I always go out with my own money, regardless. And if I go out and I'm on a date and I don't like the date, I can actually just call an Uber and go home. Yeah, I can pay for my half of the food. That's not a problem. I'm not going to put my hand where my hand can't reach. Yeah, so that's me, right? But if I go out on a date and the man says to me, "Oh, you pay your half," I would pay my half. I'm gonna probably pay for him, and he will not see me again. Because to me, you're not a man, and I'm not giving you my dress or my knickers because that's what you want. Because you're not standing as a man. I like men to stand as men. I do like a man's man, and I like men that can stand as men, are strong as men, who can show their men, who can show responsibility. Now, you take a woman, and suppose she's looking for a father, for a child. She wants have a child with a man, and she's looking to build a home with this man. Now, if you're going to say to her, "Oh, she can pay your half," straight away she's thinking that this man got money. Is he broke? Could I have a child for this man? Would he maintain this child? Can he afford to pay the bill? Straight away, she knows you're not the right man that she can settle down with another child with, because you're not showing yourself to be a man. Same thing, if you want a woman who to have a child with and settle with, but you wanted to pay for everything, know that you're going to have the dress and knickers on in the house. Know that she's going to take the man's role and don't complain when she does. So you have to think about, before you go in these relationships, go into these relationships and you're going even on a date, what is it actually that you want? Because that is important. If you're just looking for someone to sleep with, and that's different. If the woman's don't kind mind paying her half and sleeping with you, then that's her thing. It's not for me to judge her. But what I will say to you as men, that is not a question you should even be asking. Know your pocket size and know where, and take charge of where you're taking the woman. And if she's too bougie for you, then you don't bother with her. But do not sit down and think, "Oh, let me see what the woman's do," because you are letting yourself down as a man. You're not being a man. And I know you might probably be vexed with me with this video and think, "How is that not being a man?" But it isn't. It really isn't. Because you're not showing someone that you can depend on, that someone you can stand strong, someone who, will go forward and do what they have to do to make ends meet. You're not showing yourself as that type of person. And if you can't afford to take a woman on a date, then don't. It's simple as don't. If you're too broke to do it, then don't, because that's how you come across. You come across as a broke man. So that's just my take on it. As I said, I'm old school, and this is my point of view, as this is called Joy's point of view. This is just my point of view of the whole situation. I just think it's a real stupid discussion in the first place, because it shouldn't even be a discussion that you should have. I've got sons, to be honest, and they're 26-year-old twins. And I taught them from they were young, do not take a woman out and embarrass yourself. You stand as a man and you make sure you have your money in your pocket. And I taught them this. So men, you need to stand as men. And if a woman wants to be taken over, paying everything, telling you she's going to be taken over, because that's what she does, because it's psychology. And you will put her in the masculine role. So if you want to stand as a man, stand from the beginning and show yourself as a man. Well, thank you for listening. Leave your comments. Please subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'd like to hear your point of view on what I've just said. Thank you for listening.